Everyone your age is more successful than you. At least that's what it looks like. Your college friends, great jobs, getting promoted, some of them even starting businesses. Your Instagram feed, people traveling, buying cars, living their best life. Your LinkedIn, everyone's crushing it. New roles, exciting new project, thrilled to announce. And then there's you, scrolling, comparing, wondering what you're doing wrong. Here's the thing, you're not doing anything wrong. The comparison game is rigged, and I'm going to show you exactly how. I'm Priyansha. Let's talk about why everyone your age looks successful, why it's complete BS, and what to do about it. I spent months, honestly, maybe years, comparing myself to everyone around me. College classmates landing jobs at big companies while I was not, friends getting promoted while I was stuck, people my age starting businesses, traveling, buying things, hitting milestones. And every single day I'd see it. Instagram, LinkedIn, even just casual conversations. Oh, did you hear about so and so? They got hired at XYZ. Yes, I heard. And it destroyed me. Because if everyone else is winning, what does that make me? If everyone else has it figured out, why don't I? If success is everywhere, why can't I find it? But here's what I finally realized, everyone your age doesn't look successful because they are successful. They look successful because that's all you're allowed to see. Let me break this down. First, let's talk about what you're actually seeing. You're not seeing people's lives, you're seeing their highlight reels. Think about it. When's the last time you saw someone post on Instagram about getting rejected from a job, struggling to pay rent, having a panic attack at 2 am, feeling completely lost and directionless? Never. You never see that. What do you see? The new job, not the 50 rejections before it. The promotion, not the burnout that comes with it. The travel photos, not the credit card debt. The living my best life caption, not the anxiety behind it. Social media is literally designed to show you the best moments, the wins, the highlights, the stuff that gets likes. Nobody posts their failures, nobody shares their struggles, nobody talks about 3 months they spent unemployed before landing that dream job. So when you scroll, you're comparing your entire reality, the good, the bad, the messy, to everyone else's carefully curated 10%. Of course, you feel behind. The game is rigged from the start. Okay, now let's talk about LinkedIn because LinkedIn might be worse than Instagram. At least on Instagram, people are honest about the curation. It's photos, it's vibes, everyone knows it's not real life. But LinkedIn pretends to be professional, authentic, real. It's not. LinkedIn is a performance. Everyone on LinkedIn is performing success. Thrilled to announce I've accepted a position, excited to share, you know what those posts don't say? I've accepted this position because I was desperate. I got promoted, but now I work 60 hours a week and hate my life. I'm grateful for this opportunity, but I have no idea what I'm doing and I'm terrified. Everyone on LinkedIn is playing the same game. Look successful, sound successful, perform success. Because that's how you get more opportunities. That's how you build your personal brand. That's how you play the game. But it's not real. I remember scrolling through LinkedIn, seeing people from my college posting about their amazing jobs, their promotions, their exciting projects, and I felt like absolute garbage because I didn't have any of that. But you know what I didn't see? The person who posted about their new role quit 3 months later because it was toxic. The person who got promoted but was drowning in stress. The person who couldn't be more excited but was actively looking for a way out. LinkedIn shows you one moment, one announcement, one curated snapshot. It doesn't show you the reality behind it. Instagram is a little different, but just as damaging because Instagram isn't about jobs, it's about lifestyle, and lifestyle comparison hits different. You see people your age traveling to places you can't afford, living in apartments you can't imagine paying for, wearing clothes that cost more than your rent, going out, doing things, living this full, exciting life. And you're sitting at home wondering how they can afford it, how they have time for it, how they're living like that at 24. Here's the answer. Most of them can't afford it either. Credit card debt, parents paying for things, jobs that pay well but leave them miserable, or they're just really good at making one nice thing look like their entire life. I had a friend, still do, who posts constantly. restaurants, trips, events, the whole thing. And scrolling through their feed, you'd think they were living this incredible, successful, put together life. Then I talked to them in person, struggling with their jobs, stressed about money, didn't know what they wanted, just like everyone else. The difference, they posted the good stuff. I saw the real stuff. And that's the trap. You see everyone's good stuff. You compare it to your real stuff and you lose every time. So, let's talk about what success actually looks like in your 20s. Because I think we have this idea, this narrative that by 24, 25, 26, you should have a stable job, know what you want, be on a clear path, have your life together. And if you don't, you're behind. But here's the reality, most people in their 20s are lost, confused, trying to figure it out, making it up as they go. Some of them just hide it better. The person who looks like they have it all figured out, they don't. They're just good at looking like they do. The person who got the great job, they might hate it or they might love it but have no idea what's next. The person who started a business, it might fail or succeed but burn them out or be one good idea in a sea of uncertainty. Success at 24 isn't what it looks like on Instagram or LinkedIn. Real success at 24 is trying things and failing and learning, figuring out what you don't want, building skills even when you don't know where they lead, surviving the confusion and showing up anyway, not giving up when everyone else looks further ahead. Nobody posts that, but that's what's actually happening. Let me tell you some things I didn't see when I was comparing myself to everyone. I didn't see the classmate who got the amazing job and quit 6 months later because they were miserable. The friend who got promoted and now works weekends and hasn't had a day off. The peer who started a business that's barely breaking even and stresses them out every single day. The person posting vacation photos who's 10K in debt and doesn't know how they're going to pay it off. The LinkedIn posts about exciting new roles that are actually lateral moves because they got laid off and needed something fast. I didn't see any of that because nobody shares that. What I saw, the job announcement and not the struggle, the promotion post and not the cost, the business launch, not the fear, the vacation photos, not the debt, the success narrative, not the reality. And I compared my reality to their narrative, my behind the scenes to their highlight reel, my whole messy life to their one polished moment. And of course, I felt behind. Of course, I felt like I was failing because I was comparing the wrong things. So, how do you stop? How do you break the comparison trap? Here's what actually helped me. Remember what you're actually seeing. You're not seeing their life, you're seeing their marketing. Every post is curated, every announcement is polished, every photo is the best version of that moment. You're comparing your blooper to their highlight reel. Stop it. Unfollow or mute people who make you feel like shit. I know this sounds harsh, but if someone's feed makes you feel worse about yourself every time you see it, you don't need that. Unfollow, mute, protect your mental space. You're not being petty, you're just being smart about yourself. Focus on your own progress, not other people's milestones. Are you further than you were 6 months ago, a year ago? That's the only comparison that matters. Not where your friend is, not where your classmate is, where you were versus where you are now. For me, this was huge. When I stopped looking at what everyone else was doing and started tracking my own growth, skills I'd learned, things I'd tried, progress I'd make, everything shifted. I wasn't behind, I was just on a different timeline. Talk to people in real life, not their social media, not their LinkedIn, actual conversations. You'll realize everyone's struggling with something, everyone's figuring out, everyone's faking it to some degree. The successful looking person, they're scared too, lost too, confused too. They're just not posting about it. Define success for yourself. Stop letting Instagram and LinkedIn tell you what success looks like. What do you actually want? Not what looks impressive, not what gets likes, what actually matters to you. Because chasing someone else's version of success is a guaranteed way to end up successful and miserable. If you're watching this and you've been feeling behind, feeling like everyone else has it figured out, feeling like you're the only one struggling, you're not. Everyone's struggling. Some people just hide it better. Some people just perform better. Some people just post the good stuff and leave out the rest. The comparison game is rigged. You're comparing your reality to their curation. So stop playing. Focus on your own path, your own growth, your own version of success. If this resonated with you, subscribe to my channel. I'm making videos like this every single week. We'll talk about navigating your 20s without the bullshit. Drop a comment and tell me, who do you compare yourself to the most and what are you going to do about it. Also, follow me on Instagram for more real talk throughout the week. I'm Priyansha, I'm 24, and I am done comparing my chapter 3 to everyone else's chapter 20. See you next week.